If you don't know what white supremacy is, it's basically the belief that white people are superior to those of all other races, especially the black race, and should therefore dominate society. White supremacy was dominant in the United States even after the American Civil War, and it also persisted for decades after the Reconstruction era. In large areas of the US, this included the holding of non-whites, especially African Americans, and chattel slavery, with 4 million of them denied freedom from bondage. I'm agreeing with the companies that are trying to help to get rid of white supremacy. An article by LA Times created by Tracy Lean is saying that Apple, Cloudflare, and PayPal have joined the parade of companies cutting off services to white nationalists after an anti-racist counter-protester was killed and others were injured in Charlottesville, Virginia last weekend. What the article is saying that companies like Apple are against white supremacy and they want to get rid of it because it's causing problems in the communities. I'm disagreeing with white supremacy for the causes that are happening in our world. In the article from New York Times created by journalist Charles M. Blow, says the position of opposing racial cruelty can operate in much the same way as the opposition to animal cruelty. People do it not because they deem the objects of their cruelty their equals, but rather because they cannot countenance the idea of inflicting pain and suffering on helpless and innocent creatures. This shows that white supremacy is basically being used the same way as being cruel to their animals. Another article from The Two Ways by Camilla Donomonsky says that authorities in New York have charged a white supremacist from Baltimore with terrorism over the murder of a black man last weekend. What this quote is saying that white people are being racist and that they kill people. My qualified argument is that white supremacy would stay in history as long as you can remember it. In the article from the Washington Post by Nathan Gardells is saying the idea of the supremacy of the pale race is not only an immoral, but also a historically obsolete proposition in contemporary America. What this is saying is that white supremacy is not only in bad ways of showing it, but it also stays in history in America. In a different article from ABC News by Megan Kennelly says, since the era of formal white supremacy, right before the Civil Rights Act, when we ended legal segregation, since that time, this is the most enlivened that we've seen the white supremacist movement. This quote is important because it says since when the government had removed the segregation, no one has seen the most entertaining part of white supremacy movement until this day. Hope you enjoyed.
Hey, hey, hey. Nowadays I'm too cool for a girlfriend. Nowadays I don't know when the world spins. Live your life like we die when the world ends. Feels alright every time we fucking break it.